and gentlemen of BRUVNATION, how are you doing today? So, someone mentioned me. Right? So, Logician, I think that's what he's called over at REFORGE GAMING. Guys, he mentioned me, mentioned the things I said in my video, and we're going to react to it. So, I must be famous now. I must have made it. REFORGE GAMING has mentioned Sir BRUVNATION. Well, Sir BRUVNATION is about to watch. Let's get into it. See what our good old friend has to say. Just for transparency, I've never really paid any attention to his channel. Never really watched any of his content. So, let's see. Here we go.
I don't know if you guys saw it, that guy that he actually got a message from Phil Spencer on his Xbox and he didn't even realize it. He made a video about how he was wrong about the Xbox.
This guy looks so familiar.
As a PlayStation fan.
Doesn't he?
And so I watched this video. I was like, okay, I want to see what it is that made him feel
really
this way.
familiar.
The thing that was interesting about why he
Okay, Jimmy, listen, Jimmy, don't be sad, don't be mad. Okay, that was a joke. It was a light-hearted joke, bruv. No disrespect. It was a joke. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm being immature. Let me get into the video, right? So, let's get into it.
He made a video about how
I did make a video.
he was wrong about the Xbox.
I was wrong about the Xbox.
As a PlayStation fan. And so I watched this video. I was like, okay, I want to see what it is that made him feel this way.
I like how he's like trying to study me. You know, it's like, I need to understand what made him feel this way. It's baffling him. It's confusing him so much. The idea that I prefer the Xbox, that he's like trying to study me. He can't understand that perhaps maybe the simple answer is that I just think it's better, right? And maybe it is better, but he can't conceive that reality, right? So he's like, he thinks it's better than the PlayStation. We must study this, analyze this, dissect this, and find the answer, because it isn't better. The PlayStation is the best. It's all about that triangle, that square, that X, and that circle. There's nothing else. So I just love that mindset. He has to study me. Let's study. So, okay, I mean, that tells you, how close-minded this guy is, that he has to try and study it to understand it, bro. But let's see where he's going with this.
The thing that was interesting about why he he felt like he was wrong about Xbox. A lot of it seemed to centered around Game Pass and how like he was going in and just like adding all these games, like it was really exciting, right?
Yeah, of course.
The reason I think he could have that experience is because he wasn't on Xbox. Like
it took us a long time to get to that punchline, bro. And when you got there, so my guy is like, he's contemplating for ages, like, and I think the reason, after much study and contemplation, that Sir BRUVNATION likes Game Pass on the Xbox is, it might just be, I could be wrong, but after much study, I think it's because he wasn't on the Xbox, bruv. Mind blown. Someone get this guy. This guy gets it, man. This guy is a genius. Make him detective, right? Get him a Nobel Prize. This guy can cure cancer, man. This guy has all the answers. The reason why Sir BRUVNATION is enjoying Game Pass on the Xbox is because he wasn't on the Xbox before. I mean, what a conclusion, guys. What a conclusion to make. Absolutely. REFORGE, Now I see why you have 50,000 subscribers, sir. I mean, if only I could ever reach your level of genius, bruv. I mean, I salute you. Anyway, let's see what... I can't wait to see what other conclusions this guy makes, because this is gold, bruv. This is gold. Let's continue on. Come on, man. Come on, Jimmy. You've got this, bruv.
If you've been on Xbox like I have since the 360 era, this generation was incredibly disappointing. Jumping in 4 years into the gen, picking up Game Pass, and being able to get games like Indiana Jones, as well as this insane backlog of other games, you can just keep grabbing them.
Insane backlog of other games.
Talking.
Keep grabbing them,
well, of course you feel like the value is really high. You've not been here like the rest of us.
Because it is really high, Jimmy. I don't feel like the value is really high. It is very, very high, bruv. There's no feeling about it. The value is astronomically high. Try and reiterate how good Game Pass is, right? So I got some things written down here, just for you, Jim. Let's talk about how great it is. It's not just games like Indiana Jones, right, and Avowed and Forza and the Ori series and stuff like that. But when you look at the third-party titles, you need to really compare the prices between Game Pass and the PlayStation platform. If you're on a PlayStation, you have to buy the games. It's as simple as that, right? We have stuff like Atomfall coming out this year, right? But that's going to be $54.99 on the PS5. Day one on Game Pass. Doom is coming out. That's going to be full price on the PlayStation 5. Day one on Game Pass. Expedition 33, it's going to be like £50 on the PS5. Day one on Game Pass. Call of Duty, day one on Game Pass. Diablo 4 right now, bruv, on the PlayStation 5 costs $69.99. Guess what? It's on Game Pass, bruv. Plague Tale costs £50 in the UK right now still. The same price it was when it launched. Guess what, bruv? Game Pass. Am I making my point? There's also games like Hi-Fi Rush and Doom Eternal, all on Game Pass. Game Pass is so cheap, my brother, that you buying the Series X is an investment you get a return on. Because over the course of the next few years, the system has paid for itself because you've accrued the cost of not having to buy games. Every game that comes out, it's Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. You don't get that on the PlayStation, brother. Don't even try and pretend you do, because brother, you do not. It's cap, and it's a lie. You're lying to yourself, you're lying to your community, my man. It's not a good look.
Is because he came into Xbox midway through the gen.
You see, let me get this. Okay. What he's saying there, right, is he's been on the Xbox since the 360, so maybe he's played everything that I'm playing right now. And he's coming from an angle of, well, of course you think the value is high, you're enjoying yourself because you've not been exposed to Xbox, which is a fair comment, guys. I'll give him respect for that. That's a fair comment. I think if someone went to the PlayStation 5, having never played on PlayStation before, they would also be very, very impressed by the quality of the exclusives. I mean, they won't be able to just get them, though. Like, you'd have to pay full price for them. Like, that's the difference in this story, bruv. Right? I go to Xbox, get Game Pass, got everything. Everything is there I want to play, bruv. Right? But if you go to PlayStation, if the story is flipped and an Xbox guy goes to PlayStation, bruv, he has to buy the system. Then he has to buy the games. And the games are damn expensive, bruv. So this is why it is astronomical value. You cannot downplay the value of Game Pass. It doesn't matter if you're burnt out on it and you've played everything there is to offer. That does not diminish the value of the product, bruv. It doesn't. So I get where you're coming from, but you're still wrong.
I've been here since the Series X hit, and I'm full of nothing but disappointment with what they've done. I'm like, none of this is that great. And then he was like singing the praises of Quick Resume.
My man didn't have Quick Resume then, though, did he? Huh? You see that? Of what was he singing the praises of again? I'll get there. Quick Resume. Yes, of course I was, bruv. Why wouldn't I? Anyone would sing the praises of Quick Resume. But let's see where he goes with this.
I'm like, PlayStation has that. All you have to do is put the thing in rest mode. I've done it numerous times recently.
I didn't hear. There's no way. I didn't hear that right. Did you guys hear what he just said? I did not hear that right. Let's go back. There's no way. There's no way my man just said what I think he said. Did he just say PlayStation has that, bro? No way. He did not say that.
And then he was like singing the praises of Quick Resume. I'm like, PlayStation has that. All you have to do is put the thing in rest mode.
Brother, you're lying. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, bruv. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, bruv. Does not have... Stop. As the kids would say, stop the cat, bruv. Stop the cat. Right, let's see what he says.
I've done it numerous times recently with Plague Tale Requiem. I know it's not Quick Resume, but if you put the thing in rest mode, I turn on my PlayStation and I'm right back in Plague Tale. Do you want to know what Quick Resume commonly does? It commonly doesn't...
Okay, there's a point I want to make here, right? First off, my man comes out and goes, the PlayStation can do that. The PlayStation has Quick Resume. Right. You only need to put it in rest mode. And then you can just launch your game and it will load. Brother, launching a single game from rest mode is not Quick Resume, bruv. Quick Resume is when you don't have one game, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games stacked in your Quick Resume, and you can flip between them on the fly, right? And also, guys, I just want to say what's important here, right, is the first thing he said, right, and this is important, is he tried to sell Quick Resume immediately. PlayStation has that. He identified it was a great feature. Instead of saying, oh, well, who cares, we don't need it, he was like, PlayStation has it. Well, PlayStation can do it. I can load Plague's Tale, just like that. So my man is already saying he has a need for Quick Resume, but his console just doesn't allow him to do what Quick Resume does, and I think that's really interesting. Do you know what I mean? He knows it's not Quick Resume. Now he's backpedaling now. Now he's realised he's contradicted himself. He's like, PlayStation has that. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Now I look like an idiot. So now he's telling his own audience, I mean, it's not. Guys, I mean, we have it, but we don't have it. We can resume quickly, but we don't have what the Xbox has. No, we don't. Let's see what else he has to say.
It doesn't work and causes glitches. It did it to my son just over the weekend with Fortnite. He couldn't do anything. It quick resumed Fortnite, and he couldn't change his character. Nothing was working. The menus weren't working. The only thing I could do is I had to reboot the game. I commonly would try to use quick resume on games, and it would cause them not to work right. I'd have to reboot the game. It's like,
stop it.
Quick resume's not even that great of a feature. It doesn't work all that often.
There it is, guys. Quick resume isn't even that great of a feature. Right after just saying, PlayStation has that. Quick resume. We have it because Plague's Tale Requiem loads real quick. Quick resume's out there. It doesn't work out half the time. He's now downplaying it like it doesn't work all the time, right? You know what, Reforge? Why don't you go live? Turn on your Xbox. Showcase that. Show it. Let's all see it not working all the time, because I demonstrated it, bruv. I showed it working, and it was flawless. It massacred the PS5, and that wasn't a no fanboy video. I was just demonstrating a thing. But don't come on here now with a cap and start just speaking about all these examples that no one can see about how it doesn't work, right? It works. You know it works. I know it works. BRUVNATION knows it works, and your 50,000 subscribers know it works, bruv. Everyone knows it works. So stop the cap. This is embarrassing, bruv. For a man called the Logician, I expected better from you.
And you can get essentially the same feature on
Just
PlayStation as long as you use rest mode. I'm immediately back in the game within seconds. I boot up the game, log in, I click my little icon, and then I click on Plague Tale Requiem, and I'm right back in the game.
You can get, I quote, this is a Logician quote, you can get essentially the same feature on PlayStation 5 if you put your system in quick resume. Bruv, I hate to say this to a fellow man, but are you an idiot? It is not essentially the same damn feature. It's not even remotely similar, bruv. Your PlayStation is just suspending the game, right? So you can jump straight in. That's fantastic. I mean, bloody hell, bruv. That's bonkers. Well done. That's not quick resume, bruv. That's quick resume in one game, sure. Can you stack them, though? Can you stack them? Can you stack them, bruv? No, you can't. So it's not the same feature. And the fact that this guy goes backwards and forwards so much. PlayStation can do quick resume, but it's not actually quick resume. But quick resume sucks. Actually, PlayStation can do essentially the same thing if you put it in rest mode. So you're basically saying you have it, then you don't have it. Then you're saying you don't want it because it doesn't work. And then you're selling the PlayStation as having it. Bruv, find a lane and stick with it, man. Jesus, this is going to be a difficult video to get through, my guy.
Plague Tale Requiem, and I'm right back in the game. There was no waiting.
Boots up the game, logs in, it's fantastic, bruv.
So, I thought it was an interesting study in how value is subjective. About like, well, he's late to Xbox.
See, he's selling quick resume again. He's selling the quick. He's like, guys, it's amazing. I press it, and I'm back here, no waiting, no nothing. Yeah, bruv, imagine doing that with like 6 games stacked up. Imagine being able to do that, stacking games, straight from Plague Tale to Indiana Jones, to Cyberpunk, to Skyrim, to Star Wars, like that, bruv. I can load games faster than you can load your damn argument, bruv. That's how fast the Xbox is. Let's keep going.
So, I thought it was an interesting study in how value is subjective. About like, well, he's late to Xbox.
I am late.
And he's sort of like over the moon about like how many games
Absolutely over the moon, bro. Crazy games.
He was like, oh, it runs so quiet.
So
it runs
quiet,
so well.
silent,
The
bro.
Series X is actually a nice machine.
Very nice machine.
But
I agree with you.
if quick resumes work great for you, never had an issue.
Never.
I have issues with it all of the
I
time.
bet you do, my friend. Of course
Quick
you
resume
do.
never works, says Biggie. I always have to restart the game.
We believe you.
Yeah, like I'll be in the game and like stuff just doesn't work right. Like we literally, my son was in Lego Fortnite. He could not get his navigation of the menu to let him change his character. I rebooted the game and it let him change his character around in the locker of Fortnite. I told my kids, I was like, this is why I don't like Xbox. Every time.
This sounds like a very reliable source of information, does this? It's like nothing works. The store doesn't work. I go in the store, the dashboard doesn't come on. My son's characters don't load. Like, the pad hurts my little hands. Like, it's everything that can go wrong is going wrong for this guy. Oh, the store froze. Of course it did. Of course, he just happens to have an Xbox where nothing works. Bruv, you sound like you're lying. We all know you're lying, bruv.
Every time I boot up the Xbox,
BRUVNATION doesn't believe you, my friend.
I booted up the Xbox once. It had to do an update to the store, and it wouldn't finish. It just sat there. And when it finally finished, I opened up the store, and the store froze. I had to force quit the store. I feel like every time I boot up the Xbox, there's an issue with just
No, there's
basic
not.
things
Stop
like
lying, Jimmy.
Going to the gamepass
Stop lying,
or
Jimmy.
going to the storefront or using quick resume. It's kind of useless with how fast most stuff loads nowadays. It's especially useless on a game like Fortnite or Fall Guys because it's probably going to have to download updates
Yeah,
anyway.
I would say it is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's probably better for offline games. That's probably true, but
My son's, it doesn't work. My son plays it, or my daughter plays it, or I play it, or the store.
She was playing Unravel, and she booted the game
lane.
back up, and she couldn't get the.
This guy really doesn't like Xbox, does he?
The one button was like not working right, and I was like,
Now the
trying to close
buttons
the game
don't
and
work
reopen it,
right.
and she did, and it fixed it. I'm like, quick resume on Fall Guys doesn't let me connect online. Well, yeah, online games are obviously different, but like
Obviously,
all my
online
son was
games
trying
are
to do was like change his little Lego character outfit in the locker, and it wouldn't work right.
I don't want to be awful. This guy's got a lot of subscribers, right? But I find him very boring to watch, man. It's like no energy. Just like drones on. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Just like get to the point, man. Like
I don't know, man. Maybe my Series X is mad at me because it feels neglected, but I feel like every time I turn it on, anytime I try to do anything with it, there's an issue.
I mean, the guy just doesn't like Xbox. That's fine, but you don't need to cap, bruv.
But I appreciated his video.
I
because
appreciate
he was like,
just that you appreciated
hey,
my video.
there's
bro.
actually good stuff over here.
I
But
do.
again,
No hate.
I think
I'm just responding
if he
here,
would
right?
have bought the Series X in 2020 and gone on the same journey that the rest of us have been on, I don't think he would have come to the conclusion that he came to.
I'm about to cook this guy. I'm about to cook you, logician. Oh, I'm going to cook you now, because now you're talking nonsense, right? Hang on. So you're saying, if I would have gone into the Xbox in 2020, my experience would have been different. I wouldn't be singing the praises of the Xbox system like I am. Okay, well, in 2020, I would still have preferred the pad over the PlayStation pad. That wouldn't have changed. Let's do some investigating, shall we? When, hang on, 2020 was Game Pass available, guys? Let's have a look. Hang on, hang on. I feel like a PlayStation fanboy right now, typing in the comments. Oh, yes it was, because Game Pass launched June the 1st, 2017. 2017, bro, which means if I came into the Xbox ecosystem in 2020, I had Game Pass. Now, what was available to play in 2020? Well, to answer this question of how I would have felt, Jimmy, back then, what have I been playing? Well, I've been playing Halo. I've been playing Gears of War. I've been playing Fable. I've been playing some of the old, classic games on Xbox. Well, let's see. So, what was on Game Pass in 2020? Well, we had the Master Chief Collection, Jimmy. We had every Gears of War up to Gears of War 5, Jim. We also had Fable, Fable 2, and Fable 3. We also had other great games like Grounded, Red Dead Redemption, Witcher 3, Destiny 2, all available, bruv. All available on Game Pass. So my experience, Jim, would have been the same. I'd have been playing the same games. The community was a big selling point for me on the system. The community would have been the same. I would have still fallen in love with the community. I would have still fallen in love with the pad. Still falling in love with Game Pass. None of that would have changed, bruv. None of it. Anyway, that's pretty much this video. It doesn't really talk about anything else. But Logician, I just want you to know, man, you wasn't really making much sense in that video, bruv. You can't say Xbox Game Pass isn't valuable. You can't. You can talk about exclusives and you can talk about this and that, but you cannot say it's not valuable. You can't say I wouldn't have enjoyed the Xbox in 2020 because everything I'm doing on the Xbox right now, I had access to in 2020, apart from Quick Resume. And you cannot say that the PlayStation has something like Quick Resume, which it doesn't, and then try and downplay it and say it doesn't even work. My brother, it works. And if you want to say it doesn't, go live, so we know you're not tinkering with the result, go live and show it. And I will match you, and I will go live showing it, obliterating the PlayStation in that test, again and again and again. You can even pick the games you want me to do it with, right? And it's funny, you talk about, Fortnite and stuff. Oh, it doesn't really work well in online games and stuff like that. But yet you use Plague Tale as your example of the quick resume on the PlayStation, bruv. You didn't talk about quick resuming into Fortnite, did you? You didn't talk about that. No. You talked about quick resuming into Plague's Tale. And you bragged about it, how fast it was, how immense it was. And then you tried to downplay quick resume on the Xbox, saying, well, it only works on single player games, you can't really do it on Fortnite. So again, you say one thing and then you contradict yourself, man. I don't care if you've got 50,000 subscribers, 100,000, a million, 10 billion. If you're saying something that's wrong, I'm going to call you out for it, bruv. And that was wrong. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the video, Bruv Nation. Until next time, guys.
That's all, folks.